Welcome to our occasional trip to Home Depot. I'm here to see what plants are in stock. Full disclosure, I've actually been here recently and I saw that they had a couple plants in. I sent a picture to my Patreon members so that they can get a little bit of a heads up. And today I have more time. I thought I could just come in and do a little bit of a walkthrough to see what's in stock. If possible, I will try to go to 2 locations today. So be patient with me. It's rush hour, so there'll be a lot of traffic. But anyways, where should I begin? I know a lot of you come here for Hoya. So let's start. Where should we start? Actually, let's just keep things simple and let's start over here. So right now, as you know, Home Depot is focusing a lot on their outdoor section, their outdoor garden section, like you could see up here. We might take a peruse up there, we'll see. But so they don't really have as much for their indoor house plants. But let's see what they've got. So they've got the hanging heartleaf philodendron. And let's see what price. I can't see a price on those. And down below, they've got like a little bit of those little plants in water jars is what I like to call them. Like they're Leaf Joy H2O by Proven Winners for $18. Yeah, let's get to the exciting stuff or more interesting stuff. They've got the Hoya. They call it the Hoya Adrift. Basically, the Hoya DS70, I believe. These are for $7. This is not the price here, but I've seen them before for $7. These ones don't really have the variegation, but look at these ones in the back. They've got a little bit of that variegation here. This is like the nicest one, I would say. One of my favorite Hoya in my collection is the Botonier SPF. Or the SPF Botonier. Such a fast growing Hoya. Beautiful, easy, lovely. In the back, they've got on a totem pole the Sea Blue Pothos for $26. And again, maybe this may not be your exact Home Depot, but typically a lot of Home Depots tend to have very similar items, at least where I live. All right, so over here they've got the Calathea rufibarba, and this is for $26.98. Very pretty, nice leaves. Ooh, the undersides are actually pubescent. Isn't that cool? Yeah, you can't see it in the camera, but they're very, very soft. The tops, not so much, but the undersides, super soft. Wow. All right, let's keep going. They've got the ficus. We know that Home Depot always usually has a stock of ficus plants. Then over here, they've got bigger, I should say, philodendron ring of fire. These, I think, are for probably around the $30 mark. So here's what they've got here. They've got the Ficus benjamina over here. These I think maybe about $22. Again, the prices don't really have the names on it, so it's hard to know each one of them. All right, let's keep going. All right, so they've got a Ficus microcarpa. These are for $59.98. And another one, a smaller one, for $54.98. They've got a Tillandsia Siane. Wow. For $20. $19.98. Yeah, they're blooming. That's pretty. It's turned to the side so you could see. Yeah, isn't that cool? All right, they've got the Crispy Wave Fern for $8.98. And when I was here the other day, they actually had a few more Hoya than this. So I think someone came and helped themselves to the Hoya. They've got a bigger, this looks like a Rosita. Again, price is $11.98. And then here at the bottom, they have a Heuchkeliana. I believe this is, again, they had a couple of these when I came a few days ago. These are for the same price. They're a decent size. I think these are a very nice size. They've got in here the Hoya. Oh, I always forget this one. Pubicalix, is it? Again, a decent size. Not bad. Not a bad size. Some nice tendrils for the same price. $11.98. Okay. Oh, the Hoya australis over here, most likely for the same price, $11.98. The australis is such a fast grower. Very quick, very satisfying, super easy. Nice all green leaves. And for the peperomia lovers, they've got quite a bit. This green on green variegation is lovely. Very, very pretty. And then they've got the variegated ones. I always have a hard time keeping track of the names of the different peperomias. Obtusifolia, I think. That's a very nice plant. It's so full. Beautiful. And the begonia lovers will be glad because they look like they have a nice assortment of begonias in the back. Very, very nice in the back there. Well, it's nice. I think if I liked begonia, I think that would be nice to see. All right. And they've got some others in the front. So not an amazing selection, but I'm not surprised because this is what typically happens in the summertime. But I know a lot of you like my Home Depot videos. So I'm visiting so you can know if you want to visit or not. They've got the African violets. These are for $4.98. They're blooming nicely. Such easy bloomers if you like flowering plants. Prayer plants here for $5.98. And then over here they've got, is this the nerve plant? I'm not well versed in them, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you the difference, but that's a really pretty pink color. And the camera isn't even quite capturing just how pink it is. It's more of like a baby doll, like a blush pink, but in the camera it looks like a pale pink. Oh, look at this one. This one is even more pink. Yeah, the camera isn't quite capturing it. I'll see if I can make an edit so you can see. All right. And then on the top, they've got the Hoya carnosa. I believe it's a Crimson Princess because it's the inner variegation. Very pretty. Love those leaves. Such an easy Hoya when it's established and when you leave it alone. You don't bother it. You don't mess with it too much. It's pretty happy when you do that. They're for $14.98. They've got a couple of them. What's that on? It's a big something on that leaf. Okay, not sure what that is, but they've got a couple of them. Very nice. I love that Home Depot has the Hoya Crimson Princess because it can be tricky sometimes. And I lost mine, half of mine one time, and I just came and bought a new one and put it in with mine. That was about a year ago. And now we are both happy campers. They've got some plants here. I know some of you like orchids. Sorry, I went past that so quickly. But they're mixed pots with orchids, and I can never remember the name of that cactus in there. Very pretty. And then down below, they've got some smaller planters here. We see prices like $9.98 for what's over here. And then over here, they've got some orchids. I really like the orchid on this very small trellises. I just feel like it makes them look so much more compact and really pretty. They're for $34.98. How do you choose orchids? Do you choose based on like the variety, or do you choose just based on what blooms are pretty? How do you buy orchids? Please share with us your selecting techniques. They've got hydrangeas, so they've got a couple of the outdoor plants inside. These are hydrangeas, right? I believe so. All right. And then here is sort of their succulent and cactus area. The succulents are, according to their label, for $4.98. The grafted cacti are for $6.98. And these succulents over here are also for $4.98. This is new. I'm noticing, I'm not sure if this is all Home Depots or maybe just my location here, but they've got a little sign giving a little bit more than what's on the pot. Bright indirect light to direct light, water when soil is completely dry, feed with succulent/cactus fertilizer 2 times in spring and summer, not pet friendly. Okay, nice. So here's a glimpse of what's in stock. So these guys on the end here, these succulents, ooh, they have a little bit of a wide variegation on the edges. That's interesting. These are for $10.98. The succulents in the middle are for $4.98. And these bigger ones here are for $5.98. All right. They've got canna lilies for $12, $11.98. Oh, look at those flowers. Beautiful. It's like a sunset. Stunning. And they've got some more here. Very nice. The canna lilies up top are for $19.98. And then they've got some more Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princesses, at the top. And they're for the same price as the others, which is $14.98. And as usual, they've got their bigger plants off to their side. They've got the bigger tropicals, the ficus, the monsteras, the dracaenas, etc. And they've got some more hanging baskets. Okay, so here are the prices. I believe the philodendrons may be for $22.98 because the pothos of similar sizes are for $22.98. All right. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is so pretty. Very nice variegation in this one. This is Philodendron Brazil. Okay, so that's it. And here are their outer pots. I do need one for one of my plants, but $9, I don't know. I might go to the dollar store and just get like maybe one for $4 or $5 for my plant. Would you like to guess whose audio did not record on her last plant shopping trip to Home Depot? This girl, and my thumbs are pointing to me, like Stephanie. It was me. Anyways, we're just gonna pop on here and do a quick voiceover for this trip to Home Depot. So I went to another location. This was a little while after my first location, and as you can see, I'm sure you've even noticed that at your Home Depots, a lot of the stores now, the garden centers, are focusing on their outdoor supply. I love summer, but this is always a little bit disappointing for me when they sort of forget about the houseplants. But I still want to go into Home Depots, see what's in stock, so you have an idea of what you are more likely to find, or most likely I should say, to find in your Home Depot to know whether it's worth the trip or not. I will have the locations listed below in the description box. I get questions about that, so be sure to check it out. Okay, so let's start here. We have the African violets. I loved the colors that they had. I know they only had 3, but it had a nice light pink and a violet. And then I believe that's violet or blue. It looked purple in person. And then this richer pink color. African violets are really nice, great bloomers, super easy to grow, thirsty, but they're great plants. Next is the Hoya rosita. This is a Hoya that they've renamed. They, as in Proven Winners, has renamed to Hoya Adrift. So you may know it as that. It's super cute. It has nice black edges on it, and it's for $6.98. And another Hoya, which hands down is one of the best Hoya you can purchase at Home Depot, is this one. It's a Hoya Bretonnier SPF or something like that, or Hoya DS70, so many names, and also called Hoya Sea Stones. It has this beautiful inner variegation that is triggered by light. The more light you give it, the brighter that yellowish variegation looks. It's such a fast grower. It's so pretty. I have lots of videos talking about my version of this plant. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. If I didn't already have one, I would buy another one, and I would buy like this one. That one was beautiful. I thought that was a good pot, and it's also for $6.98. Definitely, I would recommend this Hoya, and I heard it's a great bloomer, but just mine doesn't want to bloom for me at the moment. All right, and in here, I think I noticed, right, the Hoya Heuchkeliana inner variegated. Mine, half of it wasn't doing so well. I had to toss half of it, but the other half survived. And I said I wanted to buy another one to fill in the pot, and this was an excellent candidate. Like, no browning on the leaves. It's beautiful. $6.98. I mean, that was a really nice one. Lots of variegation. It was so nice, but I was a good girl and I didn't pick it up, but I really wanted to. And funny enough, I didn't pick it up because I was going to pick up a plant from Facebook Marketplace from a seller, but when I got there, it was riddled in pests. I didn't buy it, and so I totally regretted not getting this plant instead. But anyways, that's okay. They'll come around. I go to plenty Home Depots and they're usually in stock. Another good one, another good choice was this one. This one had some really nice variegation too. So as you can see, Home Depot tends to have a lot of really nice inner variegated Heuchkelianas to choose from, so I don't think you can go wrong here, but they are a little bit fussy. They're a little bit tricky and easily overwatered. All right, this little guy I saw in the back, I'm terrible at names of succulents or anything along the lines, but that plant felt so good on my fingertips. It's pubescent and really soft, and it's by Proven Winners. The name they had on it was Pretty in Pewter Crassula, so I guess it's a crassula. It's really nice. It's super cute. I really loved the pubescent leaves and how just soft and cute it was. And next to it is the Philodendron Birkin. They tend to always have this type of philodendron in Home Depot. I remember when it was really hard to find. It really shows how the plant market is changing. Plants that were so hard to find are now so easy. Now in the front here is a Calathea White Fusion. Now I'm in love with this plant. I do not own it. I just love staring at it. It is absolutely beautiful. And now that I've been using pond so much more, I'm wondering if this plant would grow well in pond. Calathea are always troublesome for me because in soil they're so hard to figure out and know how to water, etc. But I'm just thinking this would be a great candidate for pond. So do you have any Calathea in semi-hydro leca? Let me know how it's growing for you, because I'm getting ideas and I may not be so scared of the White Fusion anymore. They are spider magnets, so that would be a deterrent as well. But I may put on my big girl pants and try this in pond if you've had success. So you have to tell me. Okay, so the next is an ivy. What kind of ivy? I have no idea what kind of ivy this is. Is it devil's ivy? But it just looks like your generic ivy. But I was saying there that it is so pretty. It looks like it came out of a 3D printer. It looks artificial, and the variegated one in the back looked very pretty as well. And I noticed something new here. They had the crispy waferns in these little glass jars. I guess I actually don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe when they water it, they want to make sure that it stays hydrated and they want to keep the reservoir so that they could not dry out. I think that's a good idea, considering that ferns dry out and get crispy super ficus. All right, and then they've got their ficus plants. There was just a random rosita there. I just put it back into its home. So there was the ficus Tineke, burgundy, and ruby. They have Paula palms as well. And at the top, there were more prayer plants. Oh my goodness, the Heuchkeliana. I'm terrible with the names of these plants, but they're here, and I can't see the prices, unfortunately. They got cut off, but I think they were $26. And they're super pretty. I know a lot of people love these plants, but are like me and are scared of them. And then they've got the Tradescantias here. They usually have Tradescantias. And then next to it are some orchids. These look like they've been picked through a little bit. I remember when this batch was a fresher batch. They have some down below, different colors to choose from, but I think in the front there was more of a selection. And that's the thing, Home Depot loves orchids. They always have such a selection of orchids. So if you're ever looking to try, I think Home Depot has a good few, and their prices aren't too bad. And down below are crotons. They have a nice batch here. Crotons enjoy a lot of sunlight, so this is a good time to get one and get them established. And then down here, oh, I can't remember the names of those, but I did talk about them. If you know the names of them, please put it in the comment section down below. And I was making an observation here that I've noticed that different Home Depots have different prices for some of their items. So when I was in Toronto a couple weeks ago, I saw leca being sold for $10 in a bag, but I noticed that at this Home Depot it was $13. It was actually $3 more, which was very interesting. So it doesn't hurt to shop around or even call different Home Depots to see the prices of some of the stuff that they have in stock. That way you can get some good prices. You could find the better prices. And I'm just showing some more orchids they have here. Let's zoom out a bit so you can take it all in. When you go to Home Depot, always look up, because that's where you'll find a Hoya in hanging baskets. Here's a beautiful Hoya carnosa Crimson Queen. I mean, look at the variegation on that. It is stunning. They're typically around $14.98 or $15. And they've got another one. So nice. I love the elbow leaves, the all green leaves. Ah, such a beautiful Hoya. They usually also have the Crimson Princess, but I haven't been seeing them recently. So when you see one, or even the Crimson Queen, if you're looking for one, I would recommend grabbing them when you see them, because they sometimes go in and out of rotation. So up above, I think they've got a spider plant and Philodendron Brazils up there. And yeah. And some more Pothos. So there's the Epipremnum Marble Queen, I believe that is. It has some nice variegation on them. Epipremnums are usually not too expensive at Home Depot, and here they've got the Ficus benjamina lemon lime. This is a beautiful plant. I love the way the benjamina looks. They just lose leaves and get spider mites really easily, but if you can wash them off regularly, I think you'll be fine. And last but not least, we'll take a look at the succulents and the cacti. The cacti was pretty much the same as the previous location, and the ones in the 2.5-inch pots I think were $5. The succulents, some of them came in mixed pots. As you can see, they had about 2 or 3 different kinds in a pot, and the prices, I believe they were for $10. I could be wrong. And these little guys, they were so cute. I loved how soft the leaves were, and they were very smooth, very cute. They were for about $5 too. So enjoy the view for all my succulent, Haworthia, and cacti lovers. I'm just going to let you enjoy it. But before I go, I just want to say thank you so much for watching today's video. I appreciate you visiting my channel and showing it some love. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.